Okay. It's time to break for some chai. Look at this beautiful cup. It's got my name on it. One of my girlfriends got it for me years ago, and like, it's just the gift that keeps on giving, because it's a giant bucket of chai. I could have a regular cup of chai, but now I have a bucket. It generally requires 2 hands. Okay, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I actually have fairy lights. I wonder if they look good. Okay. Hey guys, welcome back. Today I am doing my start of year book tag. I've never done one of these before, but they look like fun, and I actually had thought that I could not do one until the middle of the year or the end of the year, because those are the only videos I'd seen, but I've just recently seen a couple of booktubers post start of the year book tags, and I was like, are you kidding? Yes, I'm so excited because I thought I missed the boat, but I haven't. Regardless, we're here. We're going to do my start of year 2025 book tag, and I have the questions ready to go. This was totally inspired by Larissa, or Larry Reads. So thank you so much to her, because I binged your video and I was obsessed with some of the questions, and I'm going to use them today and talk about everything books. Basically, this is like my year of what you can expect of my reading. What am I trying to say? My reading year, or my projection of how this year is going to go with reading, and then like we'll be pleasantly surprised at the end. I swear. Let's just jump straight in. There's like quite a few questions, so some of them are going to be really short, some of them are going to be a little bit longer because I can't shut up. So let's just jump straight in. So the first question is, how many books are you planning on reading this year? And that is easy. I have chosen 50 for my goal on Goodreads. I feel like 50 is a really nice, comfortable number. I'm comfortable with that. I read 55 books last year, so like it was a bit of a challenge. So we'll just like see how it feels this year, especially because I'm planning on picking up a few other things this year, like YouTubing and stuff like that. So we'll see how we go. But 50. Question number 2, a book that you're likely to reread in 2025. So very exciting. This one's very exciting because I've decided this year one of my reading goals is to reread Harry Potter. I have not read that series since I was like 11 or maybe 12, but I'm pretty sure like I read it in primary school. That is the last time, and then obviously I've watched the movies, and I've like watched the movies again and again and again, but nothing is like reading the books. Like there is absolutely nothing quite like reading the books. So I feel like I'm gonna re-dip into this world as an adult and see. I feel like I'm not scared because I've seen so many other people dip back into Harry Potter as an adult and like love it. Like whereas you know series that you read when you're like a teenager or like way younger, and you're just obsessed with them, like Twilight for example, like obsessed with Twilight, and then later on you're like, this is cringe. It was beautiful for what teenage Ashley needed at the time, but I don't want to ruin that. But Harry Potter, I feel like it can only get better. It's the gift that keeps on giving. So Harry Potter is the series that I'm definitely going to reread. Aside from that, I don't really know. It's kind of just going to be whatever I feel like. I honestly might go back and read some of my favorite romances and comfort romances, but it'll just be totally depending on my mood. Question 3 is a book that's on your priority TBR for this year. So I already know, and that book is going to be Dance of Thieves by Mary E. Pearson. This book I have had my eye on for so long, like at least a year, if not more. I don't know what it is, but this book has just really attracted me. Like the cover, I wouldn't say the cover is anything like that special compared to like some of the covers that I own, but like for some reason like the plot, I read up the plot, and I think I've seen a lot of reviews about this, like spoiler-free reviews of people just obsessing over this book, and there's like a romantasy, I think maybe an enemies to lovers, and like these are all the tropes I eat up. So I was like, okay, this definitely sounds like something I would like. Oh, Stephanie Garber has actually said a brilliant fantasy with a bold beating heart. That's a really good sign. So this book, yes, I actually only just got this for Christmas, and now that it's on my TBR, it's like been in my mental, just honestly, it's been in like my mental and like my Goodreads TBR for the longest time, but now I have the physical copy, there are no excuses. So this is the priority for me this year. Question 4, an author you're breaking up with in 2025. This is not a great question, but I have an answer for you. I'm breaking up with Lauren Roberts this year. Like I read Powerless last year, and if you've seen my video of like the bests and worsts of 2024, then you'll know my feelings about that book. I did not like this. This was not for me. I pre-ordered Reckless because I thought I was gonna love it, and I didn't. So I haven't bothered to read this, and I won't be picking it up, and I will not be picking up. I think the next one's called Fearless, and it's coming out this year. I'm sorry, Lauren, it's not working out. This is the end for us. It's sad. It's sad but true. Question 5 is something new you want to read in 2025. And that is probably, it's like kind of genre based but also book based. I really would like to try historical fiction / general fiction. I'm more of a romance, fantasy, and I've recently started reading crime and thrillers, and I'm obsessed with that genre as well. But I have really never felt pulled into general or historical fiction, and I feel like I could be missing out on some amazing gems. This one, for example, I've heard amazing things about it. So many people have reviewed this and said incredible things. It's actually turned out that this is our first book club pick of the year, so it's pretty much on my Jan Feb TBR anyway. If I like really like this, I feel like I would like to kind of introduce this as a new genre author that I can kind of tap into and see how we go. Like, there are already enough books to read with just the genres I love already that it's scary to think about adding an entire new genre. And general too, like general's like the biggest genre there is, but you know what, I don't want to miss out. I have FOMO, so I'm choosing this one to start with, to dip my toe in, because I feel like I have it on good authority that I'm not going to be disappointed, and we'll just see where it goes from there. Okay, question 6 is a popular book that you want to read this year. I am going to say Yours Truly by Abby Jimenez. Need I explain further? I've recently just read the first one in this series. I think it's a series, like it's standalone, interconnected, maybe a little bit. The first one was Part of Your World, and I read that just in Jan, like literally finished it last week, and oh my god. I've never read Abby Jimenez before, but wow. Incredible writing, and I'm obsessed with her now. Like, I'm so excited to read this. Like, this is the one that everybody talks about the most, and like there's like a lot of, obviously there were a lot of positive things about Part of Your World, and rightly so, but like I even had a couple of like people tell me like to skip that one and jump straight into this one. I'm glad I didn't, but that just makes me so much more excited to read this one. Question 7 is my most anticipated release for 2025. That is easy. It is Onyx Storm. I can't wait. It is officially the 16th of Jan, which means I literally have 5 days until Onyx Storm comes out, and to say I'm excited is like the biggest understatement. I'm obsessed with the series. I don't care if like you judge me for that. I don't know what anyone's problem is that they don't like it. Like, what do you mean? Did you read it properly? Read it again. You clearly didn't pay attention to all the awesome stuff happening. Onyx Storm, guys. Onyx Storm. I cannot wait for that book. Question 8 is a bookish goal you have for 2025. So, let me get comfortable here. Got my blanket. It's the middle of summer, but of course it's Melbourne, guys, so we're used to it. Okay. My goal for this year is to obviously post more regularly on YouTube. Like, that is definitely a big goal. I don't know what regular looks like specifically, like whether that's going to be once a month or once a fortnight or something. Like, I'm not sure yet. Like, I'm kind of just getting comfortable with filming, editing, uploading, and then I'm hoping that like the more that becomes easier and like I get the hang of things and like build my skills, then the more frequent I'll post, which is I guess the same with everything in life. So yeah, so that's one of my goals. And the other goal is to host more book club dinners. So like we've got a book club, and usually we go to a cafe every month to discuss the book club book, but it's just like, it's a bit limiting. We have to obviously get a booking, and then that booking is usually about 2 hours, and I just feel like I don't get enough quality time with the girls. So I've decided that like it would be nice and wholesome to have more like hosted events, like dinners and like catch ups, so we can talk about the book. And next month I'm hosting, so I'm very excited about that. I'm gonna like try and up my tablescape game and just really make it really romanticize book club. Okay, a book that's been on my TBR forever and I probably won't ever read it, which is like a little bit sassy and stuff, but I kind of like this question. I'm not actually sure. Like, I honestly think I might get to all of these. If I had no intentions of reading them, then I move them to my other bookshelf, because I'm like, this is just the bookshelf of shame. Like, I don't like you enough that I don't even want to look at you. You can't be on my proud display bookshelf. You must go. So usually that happens. On my TBR cart that I can think of, the only book that I'm not in a rush at all and haven't been since I got it to read is probably Fangirl. Is it Fangirl? Fangirl Down by Tessa Bailey. I've read a couple of Tessa Bailey books and I had a good time. Like, they were enjoyable, they were fun, they were very fluffy, but like they didn't turn my world upside down. They didn't transform my life or anything. So not really in a rush to go to this one. Like, could happily go this whole year without picking it up. I feel like there's just so many other books on my list in my head on my Goodreads that I am way more excited to pick up. So I don't know if like I don't know if this is a real answer, because like there may be a time where I read this, or maybe you can convince me to read this. I don't know, like, but as it stands, not in a rush. Number 10 is a series you want to read this year. So I've got like 2 series that come to mind. Obviously, like, I'm in the middle of a few series. I'm in the middle of the Kingdom of the Wicked series. I'm currently reading Kingdom of the Cursed. So I obviously want to finish that series this year. But in terms of like a series that I want to read that's like not a duology, I would probably say I really want to read Spark of the Everflame, the Kindred's Curse series. I've seen obviously a lot about it. It was published and the books are out now, and like a lot of people are talking about it. I'm pretty sure it's even on Kindle Unlimited, which is so good. So that is one series that I'm really keen, and I think that's definitely on my 25 books for 2025 list. So definitely that series. And the other series that I've been like thinking like I need to know what the series is about, I need to try it, I need to dip my toe, is the Book of Azrael Gods and Monsters series. Like, I need to know what's going on. So many people rave about it. I see reviews all over the place, and like I've kind of just tried to avoid anything that gives me too much information, because like I really want to find that out for myself. So I haven't like looked into it, but from what I've seen, like, I'm curious. I want to know. I want to know what's going on. Number 11 is a personal development book. Wow, I cannot speak. Like, the ability to speak. Need more chai. Need more chai. Chai is always the answer. Wait. Number 11 is a personal development book you're excited to read this year. Like, I love my personal development books, my personal growth books, and even my business books, and spiritual books. Like, I love them all. Like, there's like, I mean, how can you kind of like, I don't know, like, unless it's like an author that you know and love, then I don't know how you can like be anticipated for one, because like when you pick it up, like, how do you know like whether it's going to change your life or not? You don't know until you read it. But there is something I'm looking forward to picking up. I'm intrigued, and that is The Wealth Money Can't Buy by Robin S. Sharma. This book has been talked about a lot by other YouTubers and influencers that I follow, and they talk a lot about this author and how incredible his writing is and inspiring, and how it's really motivating for them, and that is always a good time for me. Like, I love the sound of that. It sounds like right, like my kind of jam. So I am really excited to try one of his books. I know his most popular book is the 5 a.m. Club or something. I haven't read that one yet because I'm not sure that I'm ready to be convinced to wake up at 5 a.m. every day. I'm not sure that that's the season of life I'm in, but he's brought out a new book and it sounds like something I could definitely get around. So I'm really interested to pick that one up and see what it's all about. Okay, number 12 is an author you will automatically buy from every time without fail. I have a few. I have a couple that have just been solidified for me in 2024, and those are Liz Tomfordy, or Liz Tomford. I don't know how you say her last name, but Liz Tomford is how I've been saying it. I will buy anything that woman publishes. I don't care. She has incredible writing. Like, her romance stories, they're just great. I can't explain it to you. You just need to read it. You need to read all of them, all of her books. So yes, Liz Tomford, Emily Henry. I've only read 2 of her books, but she's got me. She's got me by the balls. I will read everything that she puts out. Everything. I'm so happy. There is so much love in this world. Okay, another author I will buy from every time without fail is Steve Kavanagh. Like, you've probably heard me talk about him if you've watched any of the other videos, but he is a crime psych thriller author and he is fantastic, like literally fantastic. He was a defense lawyer and then he became an author, and he writes his like crime, like courtroom drama thriller books based off experience of being in the courtroom, and it's just so smart. It's so good. The suspense, like, he just 13. If you don't know, if you know, you know. Read 13. Okay, number 13, a sequel I'm excited for in 2025. Easy Peasy, Rewind It Back by Liz Tomford. I don't think there's a cover for this yet that's been released. I'm not even sure that there's a release date yet, but this book is number 4 in the Windy City series, and it is Rio's story, and I am so excited. Like, I just know that I'm gonna fall in love with another fictional male character. Like, it's gonna happen. I look forward to it. Yeah. Okay, number 14, bookish things that you are leaving behind this year. This one, honestly, the one thing that really comes to mind is feeling pressured to post things when I'm not inspired, especially on Instagram. Like, I understand that you need to post regularly to grow an account, and I get that, but like, I am someone who just kind of like, all the creativity seizes up once I feel pressured. Like, I cannot get creative in my mind, and that's obviously not how creating content works. You need creativity to do it. So I feel like I'm going to try and let go of the pressure a little bit, and I'm hoping that by doing that, content will just flow. And then the second thing I also am leaving behind is feeling guilty and like feeling like really beating myself up for drawing inspiration from other people's content, and always trying to force myself to like be completely original and completely like independent with my content ideas and stuff like that. Like, I'm sorry, like, it's just not a big deal. Like, I am not someone who, like, I'm not a manifester in human design. I'm a generator. I respond to things. I respond to people. I respond to content. So if that's what I have to do, that's what I have to do. And like, honestly, by looking at other people's content, it motivates me. It makes me feel inspired. And half the time I can pull like a different take on someone's idea for myself. Like, but I'm just sick of beating myself up for like just not being someone who can come up with all these creative, original ideas on the spot. Like, to be honest, I just don't think we all care in this community. I feel like we all watch 100 videos on TBRs and are like being picked, and I think we watch like 100 videos on recaps. Like, that's just what this like community does. So I'm gonna let go of beating myself up for it, because I feel like this is the content I enjoy watching from other people, and I'm just gonna create it. So last question, number 15, is how has your reading taste evolved from last year to this year? Sorry, that was confusing. Let me read that again. How has your reading taste evolved from last year to this year? Okay, I love this question. I feel like this is such a good question to ask at the start of a year, and then to visit this later on or at the end of the year, because my taste in reading has changed so much in 12 months. Like, at the start of 2024, I was reading strictly... Oh wait, no. So... I just realized that I got back into reading in 2023, and so like I was getting confused. I thought it was 2024, but no. So when it gets too much, we just drink chai. At the start of 2024, I had like pretty much just at the end of 2023 rediscovered fantasy books. Before that, I was strictly only reading personal development, spiritual like business, that kind of thing, like self-help, all of those genres. I was literally only reading those, only reading to like learn, to expand my mindset. I loved fantasy and romance when I was in high school, and like I don't know where that dropped off, but it did. And it was only at the end of 2023 that I picked it back up. So the start of 2024 was very much like still kind of like gobbling up romance books and like very new fantasies and stuff like that. I did not care about the quality. I was just like eating. I was like, I've been deprived for years. I don't care. I'm so thirsty. I'll take anything. Like give me all of the romance, like all of the fantasy, the romantasy, like I don't care. Like just give it all. And now I feel like at some point in this year, I like had read so many that I started to have standards and I started to like literally notice the quality of the writing and the differences in like the author's writing styles and like plot points and how strong the plot was and the characters and whether I liked them and whether I could connect with them and like lots of little things. So I feel like that has changed significantly. Now I pick up a book and like I'm not just going to read anything. I need it to have a strong plot. I need to be able to invest with the characters and connect with them. They need to be able to make me feel something, like at the very least intrigue and curiosity. Like I need something like that going on. Yeah, like that definitely changed for me. I also introduced some new genres, like as I said, crime, thrillers, suspense. I introduced those. So like I've expanded my taste, and then like I've also like 2024 was my year to find balance between fiction and non-fiction and like keep those involved, because I feel like I almost at the end of 2023 I was like, oh my god, like I've been missing out on all these books. So like I just completely ignored self-help books and like any of my like personal growth books and everything, and just threw all of my time and energy into like fantasy, which don't get me wrong, no regrets. That was so fun. What a fun time. Loved it. Obsessed. Started a bookstagram. I would never look back. But at the same time, like I was definitely missing that element in last year of like the motivation and the inspiration and the energy I would get to like do things like YouTube videos and stuff like that, where I really got them from those kinds of books. So it was my year of balance. It was a really big year of growth for me reading wise. And so yeah, I feel like it's just really interesting. I don't know how I'm going to change this year, but I just guarantee you that by the end of this year or the start of next year, I'll be sitting here telling you like that I've changed again, and it feels like I've done a whole 180. Okay, there is one more question that I had written here, and it was going to be optional, but I actually think it would be a really nice way to end this video. And that question is, what would I have to accomplish this year on BookTube or in the book community that I will look back on and be grateful and proud of myself for at the start of next year? And I think that for me would just be having fun and remembering why I started reading in the first place, and like not being afraid to DNF a book or to just choose not to do a video that I'm not interested in or whatever that is, and just like to basically give it my best and be really proud of myself for that. I would also love to like just have fun with this process. I never want the process of like reading or filming or sharing it with you guys to become like something that's like a chore that I'm like not looking forward to or dreading or whatever. Like I want it to always be fun and like exciting, like it is now. So that would be my goal, is like if I can get through this year, and I'm not saying like there aren't going to be times where this feels like a little bit heavier, but like if for majority of the year like it is really just a fun outlet for me, then like I will be really proud and happy and grateful. So yeah. Okay, I feel like I've just talked so much and like there is almost no chai left, so I feel like that is evidence that we're at the end of this like little chit chat. So that is my start of the year book tag. I'm so excited I got to film one. I really enjoyed that, and I really enjoyed the questions. Thank you again to Larissa. Thanks so much for the inspiration. I hope you guys got some recommendations or just learned more about me and my reading style and my predicted journey for 2025. I'm gonna wrap it up there, guys. I hope you enjoyed watching my start of year book tag. If you did, please subscribe and like this video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!